Well, I got another fixer-upper. Let me show you. So, to start with, the usual. This is very similar to that RCA I had with the gooey idler tire. This tire wasn't gooey, it's just very old and cracked. So I took some sandpaper and rubber renew to it, just as a temporary measure. And it's actually working really well now. But this has some electronic issues. If you take a look, clock's not working. When I first powered this up, the clock was working. So the voltages required for this VFD have dropped out. And it's also acting a little funny in the logic, which I assume is probably a similar source. And I'm assuming it's going to be capacitors, because that seems to always be the case. But let's take a look and see what it does. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe is play, right? So it's playing the video, that's all good. Pause, seems to work fine. Now when I hit fast forward scan, I'll turn the audio on too, because this is weird.
The second on his serve.
So when I hit fast forward scan, scans, when I let go, it loses its goddamn mind. Now I'm going to hit play again, because it errors out, but it doesn't shut off when I do that. So now we're back where we were. And if I hit rewind scan, perfect, let go, perfect, hit it again, let go. Oh, see, now it's fast forwarding again. Yeah, that section it went through was a creased tape before I fixed the idler. But, yeah, oh, it does error out. It does shut off if I leave it alone. Let me just rewind the tape so it's not gummed up. Rewind being this one. There we go. So, I would love to find a service manual for this. I think that's going to be my first step before I just go shotgunning new parts in here. I know some newer models had a DC to DC converter to bring up the high voltage needed for these. And those were known to fail because, you know, the capacitors in them would go. So I took a brief look and I didn't see anything that looks like the DC to DC converters I'm used to seeing in like a lot of the modern Hitachi made RCAs. So yeah, I think a service manual is probably going to be my best bet. But yeah, let me put this back together and I'll give you a proper introduction. And of course I snipped out this old NiCad battery and just taped up the wires. This was meant to retain the clock and timer information. Nice fancy feature, but these old batteries can leak, so if you can, remove them. There, much better. So here it is, the one owner Panasonic PV-1780. This is a 4-head stereo, linear stereo, VCR from around 82, 83? This one was bought in 83, so it's thereabouts 1983. It has a full wireless remote, and it came with all the little connection cables it originally came with, and the dust cover, the Panasonic branded dust cover. I lift that off. Let's get some light on it here. Got the wonderful faux wood. And this is very similar to the RCA VGT 450 I did a video on. In fact, I have a catalog listing for both of these for sale at the exact same time. I'll show that right now. And yeah, this is basically just the step up. It has the same mechanism. It's basically built exactly the same, except this one is stereo and this one is 4-head. But yeah, as I said, the Power supply has partially failed on me. Tuner's still working. It's actually tuning stuff in, so that's good. I only have one channel on VHF, so the rest I'll have to tune in manually. Take a look at the front here. You've got your indicators, same as the VGT450, except you also have Dolby noise reduction. Of course, it's an early Panasonic dew sensor. Camera, I'll skip ahead and flip down this front door. So here is your tuner / input switch. You have tuner, simulcast 2 channels, so that's where you have the audio coming from the line in on the rear and the video coming from the tuner. So the idea is that this predates MTS stereo. So what they would do is they would do simulcast movies. So the movies in stereo, and the TV station either also owned a radio station or partnered with a radio station to broadcast the audio of the movie in stereo. And if you wanted to record it on your stereo VCR, you'd hook up your FM radio or your FM tuner to the line in on the back set to audio 2 channel and record the video off TV and the audio off the radio. If you go straight to camera, then it switches to the video line in and shuts off the tuner. And you can see this little indicator lights up. Go back to tuner, you have slow tracking and tracking, your Dolby noise reduction switch, indicated there. Clock programming, I'm not going to go over that again. Dim bright switch obviously doesn't do, oh, hello. Yeah, so something's, you're seeing mostly me here. There we go. Something's not quite right. I don't think it would be just the switch. Because why are the days lighting up? Yeah, I really kind of want to get the service manual to figure out what's going on here. It says the wonderful 12 plus an additional 4 push button reactor diode tuner. And like very common on all these your Panasonics. Here's your tuning on top. Unlike the the RCA that I showed before, the VGT450, all of these switches are intact. As I said, this thing has been well taken care of. One original owner. I haven't cleaned this. Like it's spotless, absolutely spotless. Your counter memory switch, in, out, reset. Belts for the counter are good. I took a look in the underside. The belts are superb. They are tight. They are soft. I don't know when this was serviced because every screw I took out of here felt like I had been removing it for the first time since this thing was built. So this could just be one of those cases of, you know, these early high-end machines using very high quality rubber, or somebody serviced this and just did a real good job. They didn't make a mess. Controls very similar to the VGT450. Rewind, stop, fast forward, play, record. This is the audio dub. A lot of these had where it'll just record the audio while leaving the video. Pause, frame advance, and of course separate search controls. You have your record speed selector, your remote receiver, RF modulator switch. You can push it into timer mode for once you've set the timer. Now I haven't checked to see if this remote works. Interesting. Oh, yeah, it is. Channel button doesn't work. Power works. Oh, you know what? It's just worn out. Power works. Yeah, this will just need to be cleaned. The remote's been well used, but it's intact. It's remarkably clean. There's just a bit of dust around the edges. Normally when I get remotes, they are disgusting. So I'm going to pop a tape back in here and let's play around a little. Literally, play. Oh, okay. There's a lot of noise there. Now it just cleaned itself up. So hit pause. This is SLP, but it is excellent. The pause has gotten better. Huh. I mean, I haven't cleaned the heads, so it could be just dirty. ×2. Now with ×2, I believe I can adjust the slow tracking to clean it up. Oh no, I adjust the regular tracking. There we go. Cool. Now if I hit play again, back to regular speed, let's go slow. There we go. Now this is where I would adjust the slow tracking. So to one side, there's nothing to adjust. It looks great. Hit play again. So now we're back to normal. So now what I want to do is I'm going to try regular search. This is the one that was acting up. Hey. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's working. If I let go, it stops. Hit rewind. Ooh, that might be a unhappy pinch roller. Lost the video when I was rewinding, but it did work as intended. When I press and hold, it scans until I let go. So let's try fast search forward now. There we go, it went crazy. It's unstable. I don't know if you can hear the motor. But stop worked. So something in the controls goes haywire with one certain condition. I'm thinking again, just general voltage issues. So I think my next step is to get service information. I saw there's a SAMS manual on this. I've never used SAMS manuals for new stuff before. That might be kind of fun. I don't know, maybe someone let me know if working on VCRs if SAMS has good service documentation. If not, I might try and look for like the service manuals that was released by Panasonic. But yeah, this is definitely a VCR worth restoring. It's in remarkable shape. And what got me to wanting to restore this is the picture quality on that RCA I have. The 2-head version is just delightful. It just looks fantastic. And this is basically the step up from that. This is 4-head, which when I was looking inside, I believe this is 4-head dual azimuth. The heads are right beside each other. In fact, let's try an SP tape. All right. What is she gonna do? Well, got the speed right. That's a good sign. That looks good. Hit pause. Excellent pause. I'm gonna hit the slow fast forward on the remote first. Ooh, very good. Yeah, that's a dual azimuth. That's awesome. How's the sound? The camera's not going to pick it up, but that is 100% in stereo. So this is the tape that I used on that JVC built Zenith with the linear stereo. That I was surprised that a tape from 1997 or 99 had linear audio, or linear stereo. So yeah, sounds wonderful. Now, let's go crazy with the fast forward. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, there we go. Now it's going crazy. But now it's back. It's not losing its mind. What the heck? Okay, so I'll do slow fast forward. Good. Oh, yeah, kind of went crazy a little bit there. Let's try good fast forward. That almost seems like it's in the capstan control board. That's interesting because VHS will use the capstan to drive in fast forward and rewind scan. So if the servo circuitry's gone all wonky, it's having trouble locking in. Like if I hit play, does it kick in right away? Let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh. Again, I kind of want the service documentation to do this properly, but that's kind of what I'm suspecting. Either voltages in the power supply, this is really making me think that, or is this getting warm? This is getting warm, which is what you'd expect if it was actually being powered. What? Anyway, voltages in the power supply or capacitors on the servo board. There's a lot in here. If you take a look at the VGT 450 video, you see how many circuit boards there is. This one is just even more of that. Once I get some sort of documentation where I can start working on this, I plan to do another video. We get to see the inside of this beast, and it is a beast. Like, it's wide. But yeah, if anyone knows where I can find any information on this, please let me know. So when I say this came with everything, this came with everything. Let's go through. Other than this T60 video cassette, obviously it didn't come with that. But the matching transformer. There's your matching transformer. The other matching transformer. It came with that. It didn't come with the coax. That's a shame. It did, however, come with the twin lead cable. Dust cover. Yeah, you saw that. Obviously, it came with the wireless remote. And it came with the vertical lock tool. Right here. And I believe there's adjustments right on the side. Right there. So that's pretty cool. Just some information from the manual. Most of this is just super basic. I'm not going to kind of go through the whole manual, but here's some information about the search speeds. So SP has 5 and 9, LP 5 and 15, and SLP 5 and 15. We'll look at the back, because why not? So the model number, I believe K means it's the Canadian model, me being in Canada. Your antenna connections, bog standard for the time. An unswitched outlet you can plug your TV into. Your video and audio in. They've almost reached the standard color coding. Yellow, but then red for both the audio. Microphone jacks, you can record with the mic. Camera remote, I believe that's just for pause if you put a camera directly up. Your outputs, they are not color coded. And this auxiliary connector. And someone told me on one of the previous videos what this was for, and I have forgotten. Sorry, whoever you are. And thanks for watching.